So, um, good morning once again. How is everyone at home? My name remains Adeotu Olatunde Michael. Specifically, I'm still making this video because of some feedback I got that some of us will still want a video or a lecture that will actually tell them formally and give them what data science is all about, the future of data science, and its relevance in modern day system, and how is it going to be the language of the future. So don't forget that I told us that the power of data science and Python, what does the future hold? So I'm going to be very brief in this presentation because it's just going to be a captivating journey for somebody who is or people that are willing to exploit data as the future is actually coming. So don't doubt it. Don't say any other thing. Data is everything. Data is everything. Data is life. Data is what everybody will actually wish to do, and it's something whether we like it or not. We are generating data. We are breathing in data. We are hitting data. We are drinking data. Everything there in this modern world is about data. So if anybody is still doubting how the future is going to be, the future is going to be data. If now is data, yesterday was not that data was not that too important, but Nigeria of today, the world of today, the global language today is about data. So that's why I have put up this very brief presentation for you so that you'll be able to know what the future is holding for everybody. So what is data science? In a very brief word, data science is science. So there are two different words, data and science. Don't forget that science is the what do we mean by science? Science is the systematic study of nature. How nature is systematic use of it is called science. And when we talk about data, data is nothing but set of code or set of instruction that will definitely uh, guide individual so as to be able to do one thing or another. So that is why this challenge is actually coming to us as a kind of an opportunity and an advantage to everybody. And don't forget that, as I said, it is free. The lecture is free, everything is free. It is only at the advanced stage if anybody is willing to get certificated for it, which is not compulsory. So, but what is so compulsory for you now is to have this opportunity, and at the end of the day, you will not make use of this opportunity, and tomorrow people will now be talking about data science or Python, and you won't be able to see anything. So, just like I said, data science is the science of extracting. I want you to underline those words: meaningful insights. Meaningful insight. Insight means direction. Insight means what will give you the future. So from data, by the use of the use of mathematics, statistics, and programming. Don't forget that what do we mean by statistics? Statistics is a way of drawing inference, way of drawing conclusion. For example, if you see data now, set of data, 1 2 0 0 0 0 0 this. So you need mathematics, you need statistics, inference to be able to make sense out of it. That's why we said data science is the science of extracting meaningful insights from data using programming. And thank God that program, we have a lot of program, but Python is going to be the language that computer understand. And what we are going to see, it is how machine we are saying this time around is a computer, is our computer understand human behavior no matter what, predicting what you will watch next, okay, what routes to take, or even what products you might want to buy. So just like I said, data science is it has come to stay with us. When you see set of code, when you see set of data, and you are trying to make inferences out of it, you are trying to make meaningful insights, meaningful interpretation, meaningful outline, meaningful observation, so as to be able to make use of that data. So, but if you want to really speak data, if you want to talk in terms of data, if you want to speak the language of data, you actually need a language that understands you as human and will be able to translate that for computer to be able to execute for you. And that's why we need Python. We are going to see it. So in essence, it is turning raw data into decisions, innovation, and progress. The beauty about any data, the beauty about any data you are talking of, whatever might be the source, is to be able to make decision with it. Is for you to be able to make certain innovation and certain research out of it that is going to actually lead you into direction, okay, or progress. What's data science? Why does data science matter? I told you that data is the new oil and science refine it. So data, if you have data, which is the new oil, and if you do not know how to refine, to make use of that data will be as useless as you not even have that data as well. That is why data science is very, very important for me and for you. So it empowers businesses to predict trends and innovate. Now, if you are setting up any business, you can't just wake up. One of those days that you just wake up one day because you have money, just go to the market, just say, okay, I want to set up a business, and this is where I'm going to locate it. I'm going to spend 40 billion, I'm going to spend 50 billion, I'm going to gone are those days. Nowadays, if you want your money to really work for you, if you really want your money to be able to double as an entrepreneur, you actually need data that is going to help you to predict the trends for you. What are going to be the trend? You analyze the trend with the data. You need data science for you to be able to analyze that and for you to be able to innovate. And that is why the future of data scientists is as bright as day, is as bright as day on a shiny day. So it is very, very, very bright. So data science, you need to know how to make to be a data scientist. Then it also help governments to make data driven policies. Any policy that is for example now, you see Nigeria is still suffering because of removal of fuel subsidy up to today, because there were no accurate data. The decision was not based on data, because before you will be able to remove subsidy, and the citizen will not actually have that impact on them, that there are some alternative that are supposed to be in place. So that's why any policy that is not centered on data, that is not based on data, it is going to be one-sided, it is going to be too harsh, and it is having nowhere that is going to lead us to, because everybody will be complaining for everything. So it help government to make data driving. Then it also make doctor in diagnosing diseases faster than it used to be before. So we will actually need data. It helps individual make smarter decision every day, because if you have it, if you have data, if you are working with data, if you accurately utilize your data, it's going to guide your everyday life and everyday activity. So application, What are the application of data in our daily life? Some of us might be wondering, we are only talking of doctors, we are only talking about government, we are only talking about the entrepreneur. So what is it going to be for the relevance of it for us as an individual in our daily life? Number one, in our healthcare, it will help us to predict the outbreak. Don't forget everything that almost the whole world suffered as a result of COVID-19. So that was because we were not making use of data then. So nowadays, we now have data scientists, data that can accurately, that are specialists in healthcare that can predict what's going to be the next outbreak. Not only that, it's going to optimize treatment. It's going to make sure that our treatments are going to be based on data. For example, now we can see billions of naira that billions of dollars that pharmaceutical companies they are producing drugs every day, antibiotics every day, and now they are no longer effective because of what? Because we lack data scientists. So that is why we are saying to actually tell you that if you are a data scientist who you are very relevant in health, they can pay you billions of naira, they can pay you millions, they pay you dollars because you will help them, you will guide them, you will be able to make them to be able to predict correctly what is going to be the future, I mean, the outcome of their product. Then personalized medicine. Then in the area of entertainment, very, very relevant. That is what Netflix, that's what TikTok, that's what YouTube, that's what all these social media, that is what they are hitting today. If anybody, if you are if you are still in this world and you do not know how social media work, this is the time to know it because they use, they make use of data in order to be able to use it for recommending videos, songs, and game that people will actually love. And that's why when you are on TikTok, you can be there from morning to night, 24 hours, and what the internet will continue to be pushing different videos for you. And it's not because of what? It is the utilization of data that is pushing all those videos and songs that you will actually love. Okay, it is very important, very applicable also in finance, in detecting fraud and managing investment wisely. I've told you that in gone are those days you just start business without taking cognizance of data. No, it is very useful in finance nowadays. Then in transport, powering Google Map. Google Map that will tell you, will start telling you, giving you description. You have to go here, go there. They are making use of Google data science to make traffic prediction and also ride sharing. Also in e-commerce, they suggest products for you, improving shopping experiences and so on and so forth. So quietly, whether we like it or not, quietly and silently, data science is enhancing every part of our life. Because if you say, yo, I am not in education, I don't want, how is data science going to affect me? What is my own business with data science? Whether you like it or not, if you are not using data science in education, you'll be using it in entertainment. If you are not using it in entertainment, you'll be using it in healthcare. If you are not using it in healthcare, you will meet it in e-commerce. You will meet it almost in everywhere, every part of the world, your everyday life. And don't forget that we now have tech, high tech, people that are now working with data, they cannot tell you that story. So um, data science is known as the sexiest science. Harvard Business Review famously called data science the sexiest job of 21st century because number one, it blends creativity, logic, and innovation. So it is a perfect mix of art and science. So if you say you are into science, you don't need data science. If you say you are in art, you don't need science, data science. You just discover that you are not going to be relevant because it blends creativity, If you don't need creativity in science, you cannot even if you cannot be creative in science or in art, you won't even be relevant at all. So it is a perfect mix of art and science. Another thing is that data science real solve real world problem, real world mystery that people will not ordinarily understand. So we actually need data scientists. So at the beginning, I mean, at the end of this course, if you are very, very religious, following all my videos, as well as making sure that you are 100%, almost 100% attentive, and you are doing the assignments, you are doing everything, at the end of the day, you will see that you are learning. You have learned so far, you have learned what many people might not know, and you are going to be more relevant in other areas, aspects of life. So it is a career that is intellectually stimulating, in high demand, and deeply impactful. So I have just told you, data science is just more than a course. Data science is nothing but it is now a career. It is now a profession. If you call yourself a data scientist, everybody will begin to respect you. Intellectually, people will recognize you. In the world, all over, people will recognize you. And that is why it is in high demand up to today. Data science is the language of the future. So, number one, every device, every transaction, every click on either your phone, your social media, wherever, every click, every aspect of your life, data science is going to make sense or senses out of it all. So just as literacy defined the past century, data literacy is going to define the next. I've told you several times that gone were those days that everybody will just be shouting ability to read and write. That was anybody that could not do that would not be relevant in the world then and even now. So the same thing, that people that are not data literate, people that are not data literate, they are not going to be relevant in the future to come, because it is the universal language that is being spoken by artificial intelligence, automation, and innovation. So number one, if you are part of this course, part of this game, part of this challenge, one thing is you are trying to understand the future for yourself. Future itself, you want to understand the future. Already, you are already in the future, so to say. So, and Python. So, some of us might be wondering what's the relevance between Python and data science. Python is the heartbeat of data science. Without Python, in fact, there's nothing like data science. So because it is very elegant, it is intuitive, and very, very powerful. So Python helps us to be able to speak fluently in the language of data. I have told you that Python is a language, just like English is a language, German is a language, French is a language, Arabic is a language, and the more you understand it, the more universal you become. The universality of your language depends on the universality of your knowledge in data will depend on the language you understand. No matter how intelligent you could be, if you cannot speak English, if you cannot speak universal language, nobody is going to take you serious. So the same way, if you have any idea, if you say you are a data scientist and you do not understand Python, which is the language that the computer understand most, because it is wide, because of its wide applicability, so far. So okay, so relevance to future that career in the next decade, just like I said, every career will be powered by data. In the next few years to come, we just discovered that ranging from marketing, healthcare, finance, education, all would depend on data. So the data scientists are the architects of the data world. So don't forget that you cannot build any modern building without you having an architectural drawing of it. So the data scientists are the one that have the data. They have the architectural plan of the future, and that is why I want you to also be one of the data scientists that is going to control, is going to have the blueprint of the future. Once you understand data science, once you understand Python, honestly speaking, you will have the blueprint of the future in your own hand, because you'll be so much relevant. Gone were those days that you just see somebody, okay, I just want to be a medical doctor, and that is what you have. No, this data science is a universal field. Data science is a universal field. You are very relevant in wherever you want to be, depending on your knowledge in data science. So gone were those days that you just go and study just one course, and that is going to be, if your course is not relevant, if the market does not support um your course. For example, gone were those days that people will go and read philosophy, people will just go and read mass comm, people will just go and read biochemistry, and at the end of the day, they will just end up in just one field. They just have one field for them. No, if you are a data scientist, you have the language of the future, you have the master plan of the future, you have the blueprint of the future, you are the future that everybody is going to reckon with. Everybody is going to reckon with. And that is the reason why I love my country, Nigeria, so much, because they have now redrafted, they have now restructured the education curriculum, that starting from junior secondary school, you will begin to speak the language in data. And if that is done by Nigeria, if WAEC today will make sure that there is no longer is going to every of their this thing is going to be CBT, honestly speaking, you nobody should tell you that the future is for data scientists. Even it is data that will guide your leadership position. You could be in any position whereby people have failed in the past. If you depend, if you gather some data together and you are able to interpret the data, advise the data, and your policy are based on data, you just discover that people will just want you to be their leader, and you will rule them for a very long time, because you cannot compare, you cannot actually compare somebody who says that I am led by the spirit, and at the end of the day I'm led by my dream, I'm led by, so what we are saying, there is no more dream, you are already there. If you are a data scientist, it's no longer a dream, already you have the language of the future. Don't forget the biblical example whereby about Joseph, that he said and he was able to save for the future. Now you are no longer the Joseph. Joseph is no longer here. If you are a data scientist, you are as relevant as Joseph in the scripture. So what we are saying in essence is data science, as data scientist, you have everything that the future will require you to do. So the tomorrow, the tomorrow we are talking about, if you are a data scientist, you are already in there. So the future is data. Data is not just a skill. I've said it. It's not just a skill. It is a superpower. It is something that is revolutionary. It is something that has changed your future. It is something that has prepared you well for the future, because it is going to help you to understand the world, not only understand the world, solve global challenges, and create endless opportunities. So, and for you to be able to go there, if you want to travel to any country, if you don't have the passport, you might not be able to go there. So, the same way, the same thing, if you do not understand Python, if you do not understand this language, that means you might not even get the passport to travel to where data rules. So the dream is big, the code is smart, and it is the data that will guide your imagination. So data science and Python for beginners, what are the relationship between Python and data science? Unlocking insights. Python will help you to unlock insights drive innovation, and shape the future. So data science, I have said it, from your recommendation, Netflix recommendation, to redirecting your detecting credit card fraud. Data science powers everyday technology. So data science is important because it fuels innovation, empowers industry, and shape the way we live. So we have said that it's very relevant in the business, relevant in government, healthcare, and even your favorite music app uses data science for you to be able to create the perfect playlist. Okay, so application of data science, we have seen that. We don't need to go back into that. We also see this, that number one, that we data science is not just for tech experts, it is for everyone. Data science for everyone. It's not only people that are in computer science. You don't forget that other programming like C++, Java, they are for people that are in computer science. But Python, data science now, is no longer for people that knows how to operate laptop, how to operate computer. No, it is the language, it is the further language that everybody, every businesses, every teacher, every cities, and every innovation, right away from people that predict whether there is going to be rain or not, the astronomers. That is what is they always like. Okay, so Python is the language of data science. We have said that. Okay, then building your path in data science. How can you start your journey in data science? Number one, learn Python. Learn Python, and that is why this 30 days challenge is meant for everybody. It is the first step to you being a data scientist. It's the first step for you to be in the future. It is the first step for you to make sure that already the future is so smooth and so bright for you. Okay, you need to. It is the most valuable tool. Then you be able to do statistics, basic math concepts. Concept is not the real mathematics. Although there are places whereby you need mathematics, but once you understand Python very well, no matter what mathematics you don't know, Python, the computer is going to do it for you. Don't forget that before the advent of calculator, you are using a kind of we use to crack our brain, wanting to do solve one mathematics problem or another, statistics for another. But once calculator is coming in, if you know how to use that calculator, mathematics will be as simple for you. So what we are saying, if you know how to use Python, no matter what, mathematics, data science is also going to be very uh easy for you, and that's why we just need some basic concepts in this to be able to build that. Then you practice analyzing data using real world data sets. Okay, by the time we continue to go on, you make sure that the Python we are talking about, you start applying the real time world concepts into you understanding it. Then we'll be able to build a project from visualizing COVID-19 trend and be able to predict sales. So we are going to make use of this. So don't forget, data science is everywhere. It is everywhere. It is guiding businesses, it is shaping decisions, and it is transforming life. And the power for this is Python, because it gives you power to be able to exploit data, analyze data, and make innovation with data. I said data science is not just about numbers. So it's not about zeros, it's not about ones, it's not about figures. It is about you making up your mind to be relevant, wanting to be relevant for the future. So data science and Python. So we have said that it combines skills for computer science, statistics, and domain to analyze and interpret data. So the history of data science is actually data science first appeared in the 1960s. So that 1960s, it was only meant for statistics and computer science to actually speak data, to talk about data, to learn data. So anywhere, anytime, that time when you come across data, you just know data is only for the statistics, it's only meant for mathematician, it's only meant for this category of people. But nowadays, data is for everybody. Everybody is speaking data, everybody is talking data, everybody is drinking data, everybody is eating data. And the future food is going to be in data. And in 1990, that was when data mining and business intelligence actually evolved. So big data emerges, and in the year 2000, that is almost about 25 years ago, that was when data scientists now came to the fold. That was when people started talking about data scientists. So today now, artificial intelligence and machine learning drive data science innovation. So if you don't know how to make use of AI now, honestly speaking, that is you are not going to be relevant, because everybody use AI. AI nowadays, AI to do a lot of things. Something you can do within like you can spend 20 minutes, 40 minutes for. If you know artificial intelligence or AI now, is going to do it for you, generate it for you in a very short period of time. So, does data science need statistics? Yes, statistics form the foundation of data science. Don't forget that I told you that what is statistics? Statistics is the art or ability to make inferences, to interpret data in form of hypothesis testing, in form of probability and modeling prediction. That is what you need statistics to do in data science. So it is going to help you to be able to predict data, going to help you to be able to clean your data, it's going to help you to be able to interpret your data, validating your prediction and make hypothesis testing that is going to help you to be able to do that. Mathematics also essential. I told you, very simple mathematics. It doesn't actually need, and the mathematics we are talking about, it is the computer that is going to do it. It is not you that you start go and learn algebra, you go and learn probability, you go and learn statistics, you learn calculus again. No, computer will do this for you once you acquire this universal language, which is called the Python. What background is required for data science? So to start with, you should have Python, which I told you. And the most important thing is your curiosity, your passion to learn new thing, passion when it is not convenient for others, when it is not even convenient for you. I know so many people will say, 30 minutes, where am I going to be getting data, why I'm going to spend money on this, on this, on that. No, you are going to spend money on that, but your curiosity matters. That's why I am putting up this course for everyone, so that you don't need to pay a dime. One thing I am interested in you is your curious mind, is your analytical mindset, is your passion, is your ability or your capability to wanting to be relevant for the future. So it is no longer news that I need your curiosity. I don't need you to go and start learning this. That's why I'm not taking any money from you. So one thing I need is just your willing heart. Your willing heart to be almost 100% in attendance, or almost 100% in your assignments, learn new tasks, perform new tasks, apply this so that you will be very relevant for the future. So Python for data science is the most popular language for science because it is very simple and powerful. So we need it. So the summary of it all is that data science combine statistics, mathematics, and programming to analyze and interpret data. And data is essential tool for all of us, for beginners, to be able to learn data science effectively. Remember, finally, I want you to remember that you should start small, practice of ten, and build projects. Don't forget that today you are at zero level. I want to believe that you are at zero level, and by the end of the 30 days, I want to believe that if you do it religiously, if you follow the instruction very well, honestly speaking, you are going to be an hero at the end of the day. So what we are saying is that you are moving your graphical illustration should be exponential, should be something that is going to be geometric. It is something that when you begin to compare your first day, your second day should be better than your first day. Your third day should be better than your second day. Then your fourth, fifth, 10th day should be better than the previous days. And in doing that, I want to believe and I want to agree with you that you are not going to regret being part of this journey, being part of this challenge. Uh, for Don't just be using your data only to watch movies, just social media, play on social media, dance on social media, and all this one. Because those ones that are doing it, they are also using science to be able. And don't forget that the more you do it, the more you get engaged, the more money you give unto them. The more money you also pay unto your unseen hand. So that's the reason why if you are a data scientist, as you now become a data scientist, instead of you paying them, they will be paying you instead. So that's why we have said data is everything. Data is the future. Data is today. Data is tomorrow. Data is relevant. Python is the program. Python is the passport. And Python is the only language that will make computer to be able to understand your idea, pass it the instruction to them, and they will be the one the computer will be the one that will execute what you have done. Don't forget that